I'm still at the cottage, and I've been here now for 2 weeks. And I was only going to stay here for 1 week, but it's been so nice and calm and relaxing, so I just decided to stay another week. But tomorrow I'm going home. So today, this is my third video in this channel, and today I want to talk about some photography. I have a few pictures to show, and some nice ones, I think, from the shoreline down here. And also I want to talk about 3 things that's important to think about if you are going to do like me and start recording yourself while you're doing photography. So I do feel I'm a bit more confident now in front of the camera, so I'm not going to talk so much about my issues. And I'm very hopeful that YouTube will change my life in a lot less than 1 year, because I can feel a big difference already just from getting on the air these 3 times and talking in front of the camera, and it just seems to go so much easier right now. So what are those 3 things you have to think about if you're going to start recording yourself? Number 1, check your gear before you go out. I checked my gear, still every time I go out, I forget something. And that's just because at this point, I'm not routined enough. And it's always about the things that I don't know. So last time, when I did the video 2, I interrupted myself in the beginning of video 2 because I was on my way back from my 3rd trip, which was going to be my 3rd video, and I interrupted myself in the video saying, this is my future myself, and I will get back later today with another video, because I'd just been out recording. I came into the cottage, I was so happy with myself that did this recording. I felt like I got a couple of nice images, although this was just images of a couple of cottages, so nothing to write home about, but at least I was able to walk and talk in the camera. And then when I listened to myself, after I downloaded the video or imported the video into Final Cut Pro, I realized that I forgot to use the wind protection on the microphones. And it was a very cold day. It was about 12 degrees Celsius minus, and it was snowing. And so I had my big bubble Michelin Man jacket on. And because of that, microphone was sitting on the outside, on the collar, and it was windy. So you can hear me talking, but you can also hear all this wind noise. So it's really useless and nothing that I would want to post. Making it hard to see where it's deep and where it's not deep. And so check your gear and check it again. Like, what did I say? Measure twice, cut once, basically. Lesson number 2 is that when I was walking and recording myself, I also noticed that when I record myself, I have this camera, I have this Nano, Osmo Nano on my chest, and I like to switch between the 2 cameras to show different angles. And what I did discover is that when I was recording myself with this Pocket 3 that I'm using right now, I held it diagonally in front of myself, just like this, and I was glancing over once in a while, which was fine. But when I switched over to my chest camera, it showed me walking and holding this Pocket 3, and it doesn't look very nice because it's just in the way, really. So I've learned to hold the camera more on the side of my head, and then I just have to look over like this once in a while, making sure I'm in the frame. Or I could turn on head tracking on the Pocket 3, of course. So that will also help a lot. So that's lesson number 2. Lesson number 3 is make sure you dress for the environment. And I'm saying this as this is something new, but it really isn't. But I am used to be out in the cold. I'm used to be in the snow. I am Norwegian. I grew up here, and this is what I know. But still, when you do photography and filming yourself, you do work up a sweat. At least I do when I do the walks, especially if you walk uphill anywhere. And then when you stop, you have a bunch of still time that you're not moving around a lot, and then you get cold very quickly. So I've been watching some other YouTubers, and one of them, Photo Tripper, I keep referring to him because I just love watching his show, if you can call it a show. I think that's the appropriate word for it. And I always thought that he overdressed because it doesn't seem that cold and he's walking around like a Michelin man with this big thick coat on. But now I fully appreciate that it's much better to stay warm. So what happened, one of the days I went out after the big snowfall we had, then I had to turn around and go back. Even conditions were nice, but my fingers were so cold and I was freezing my ass off. So I just had to get back inside and put some logs in the fire. So that's lesson number 3. So let's get into a bit more photography. I went out for a walk after the snow and I got these cottages, so that was fine. And then I did another walk where I just, what did I do? It was just a short walk anyways, and I got a couple more images. But then yesterday, it was raining all day, but it stopped raining about half hour before sunset. So it was very stormy outside. From the cottage, I could hear the waves crashing against the shore, and I could see them from the cottage window. So I got dressed properly, and I walked down to the shore and got a few shots. And it's really nothing spectacular because there are so many shots on YouTube or in different forums of shoreline shots and of seascapes and all that, and we don't have any seascapes here, so this is probably boring, but at least I could show off some of the handheld capabilities of the camera. And I am bragging a bit about the Hasselblad and the 10-stop IBIS, but it really isn't that much better, I don't think, than any other camera or the new Sony cameras. You get the same results pretty much. But I do notice that you can see in my video coming now that 0.8 seconds, no problem at all handheld, even with my shaking hand. You can see it's shaking. You can see me taking the picture and you can see the result. And then I go up to 2 seconds, and at 2 seconds, it's not quite as clear as the other shots. But even with all that shaking, it's still an acceptable shot, I would say anyways. You can judge for yourself. Please leave comments and let me know, by the way, if I should do things differently, if there are other things I should focus on. I just need to learn this, and so that would be great, at least when it comes to filming myself. So I got the camera set to f4 and 1600 ISO, and that's because it is getting dark. I don't really care so much for those long shutter openings when you do these water shots, because I like the roughness of the ocean, and so I like to freeze the action instead of smoothing it all out. And of course, whenever I frame a shot and I'm standing here waiting, then the big waves are coming. It's just Murphy's Law, isn't it? Alright, so there is this nice this bush in front of me here. I see if I can frame that and use that in the foreground. I said I don't like those long exposure shots, but just to demonstrate the handheld capability of this camera, I will do a f8 0.6 seconds. Alright, hang on, waiting for some waves. It has to calm down quite a bit actually. And yeah, camera's getting a little bit heavy. So hang on to it with one hand like this. We'll try. Alright, here's the handheld shot at 0.8 seconds. I think it looks pretty good. Try one this angle. 1 second. 0.8. Again. Alright. It has a 10-stop IBIS, which is one of the reasons I chose the Hasselblad. If I'd been sitting down with the camera with my elbow on my knee, I'm sure I can do even 2-second shots. So let's try that. Let's go down to, I'm at f8, let's go down to ISO 50. So I'm at ISO 50, f8, 2-second shots. Okay, so let's try. I know I'm shaking a little. See if I can perch my elbow on top of my knee a little better. Move the focus point down a little, just like so. I'm shaking a little. I'll try it again. 2 seconds. If it turns out, then you'll see it here. So that's it. I hope you really enjoyed watching the few photos that I took, and I promise you there will come better things, and as spring comes around the corner, we will get some more colors here as well. And if you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. I only have 10 subscribers, but that's still 10 times as many as I had 2 weeks ago. So so that's not bad. I'm happy about that. I take that. So thanks again for watching and listening. See you later. Bye-bye.